I just read Marshall Kemp's, man, he said he's about to take Ashton Kirby's soul. Woo! Oh, I got to stand up a little bit for this one, guys.
This is the battle of the undefeateds. This is for
Oh,
the Pyramid Lightweight 155-pound championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 foot 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds, with a perfect record, 6 wins, 0 losses. Fighting out of Glory MMA from Mountain Grove, Missouri, Marshall Infamous Kemp.
Guys, I really wish I did not have to commentate this fight. I wish I could take these headphones off and
his
just watch
opponent
this as a
fighting out of the red corner, standing 6 foot tall, weighing in at 155 pounds, with a perfect record, 6 wins, 0 losses. Fighting from Rock City MMA from Little Rock, Ashton the Phoenix Kirby!
Ashton Kirby, Marshall Kemp, and oh my God, guys, I'm shaking, I'm nervous, I'm filled with excitement. Oh, these guys are talking to each other. These guys are staring each other down. Marshall Kemp's already said he's gonna take Ashton's soul. I am excited. Here we go. I'll stop screaming to crack the mic. Oh, here we go. Marshall Kemp takes the center of the cage. Ashton throwing nice hooks, and it looks like he already dropped Marshall. Oh, beautiful takedown from Ashton Kirby. And right now, Ashton's able to get the position right into half guard. Looking up, he's going to lock up. Ashton, we know Ashton is nasty on top. His top control is super hard. It's going to be hard to deal with. But Marshall's able to get back to guard, and he's giving up his back, trying to get his feet. Is not a good idea against Ashton. Ashton's got one hook in right now. He's trying to get the second hook in. Oh, and he's already got it. Almost like a Vulcan choke right now. It's not under the chin, but it's still not a good position you want to be in. Still with one hook in. And he's riding him. He's got both hooked in. This is not good for Marshall right now. Ashton's got crazy control, able to lock that body lock up. Vicious ground and pound right now. From this position, Ashton's in complete control with that body lock. Now the way he's got it rolled down, it's putting more pressure on his ankle. He'd be good to switch it, but he's obviously okay. Got the body lock in with the instep. Right now we can tell Marshall's having a tough time right now with this pressure. Ashton's just doing a great job keeping control, staying nasty. Nasty elbows right now from Ashton. I cannot see, it's still on the chin right now. Good job hand fighting for Marshall. He's got 2-on-1, but Ashton's just staying relentless right now with the rear naked choke attempt. Marshall's doing a good job fighting the hands, but Ashton's just keeping great control. Still got both hooks in. Marshall really needs to try to turn into him right now, but Ashton's doing everything correct and to keep this control. Nice ground and pound right now. Looked like Ashton was going to take him out for a second, but still got the body locked up right now. This is a totally dominant performance right now in the first round from Ashton. He's been able to keep control the whole round. This is always going to look good in the judges' eyes. Let's see how Ashton finishes his last 10 seconds of the round. And what has been a completely dominant performance right now from Ashton Kirby. He's kept control, landed vicious shots. But that's the beauty. You know, right now, Ashton was able to control that whole round, but you know what? Each round they start off on their feet. So let's see if Marshall's gonna be able to come in, make the adjustments he needs to make to not let Ashton get him down on the ground, because we know once Ashton gets people down, his control and his strength is something else. I already knew the kid was strong, but when he was able to go into Memphis and fight Kevin Peace on the V3, a guy that I know how strong he is, I mean, they let me know that Ashton Kirby's got a level of grappling strength that's going to be hard for anybody at this size to deal with. But Marshall was able to do just what he needed to survive in that round. He got control, but he was hand fighting really well, and you know, didn't get submitted, didn't take too much damage. And guess what he's still doing? He's still talking. I love to see it. Both guys obviously have came in great shape. Neither one of them are even breathing heavy. All right, round 2. Nice kick right off the bat from Ashton. Oh, up kick from Ashton. Ashton's showing a lot more of a striking in this fight than we've gotten to see in previous fights from him. Cutting great angles. Oh, and it looked like that was a slip. Now Marshall shoots in and was able to get the takedown. Now we see Marshall on top for the first time. And let's see what he can do, if he can control Ashton. Ashton's got about like a half guard. He's got one butterfly in on his left leg. Gives the camera a thumbs up. Looks like he's trying to set up mission control. He's got it in. Marshall's gonna be able to slide, but he's got to watch his arm once he does, and he's out. Watch those up kicks. Oh, and he goes right in almost into a triangle, but he's able to get out of it. Beautiful up kicks from Ashton. He tries to get a like a head and arm choke reverse right there, but he ends up on his back. And now we've got Ashton back on top, inside control right now. And he goes knee to belly and starts raining down punishment. This is not a good position, right to the back again. This kid's transitions are something else. Once he gets to the ground, you're seeing a different level than you're ever gonna see from a kid his age normally. But Marshall's able to reverse the position and get to the top. High level scrambles from these guys right here. I can't see what Ashton's going to on the other side right there. Going for an arm. He's going for the arm. He's going for the arm. I don't know what kind of. He's got it. Oh, it doesn't seem to be. Oh, Marshall did a great job right there. Perfect armbar defense from Marshall Kemp. The way he stepped over Ashton. And right now he's got him turtled up. And now Marshall tries to take Ashton's back, was not able to. Now he's got it, but he's a little high though. And beautiful, beautiful transition from Ashton to get right back on top. Look at these high level scrambles. Marshall's trying to set up that triangle. Mission control for Marshall right now. 10 seconds left in the second round. And just been a back and forth fight. First round was a lot more controlled by Ashton, but this round here has been back and forth. But now Ashton ends that round with a great ground and pound. Wow, I can't explain what kind of transitions we're seeing right now, the kind of control we've seen from Ashton, but the way Marshall's been able to like withstand everything that Ashton's given to him and be able to reverse somebody that we know is as strong as Ashton is. So good 2 rounds right there. Honestly, I could see that being 1-1 in the judges' eyes, or 2-0 Ashton, because Ashton was able to end up on top in that end of the second round and lay some nice strikes. We see right here him going for that arm bar. It was a little loose on the, didn't have the elbow high enough once he got it, and Marshall was able to step over perfectly. Yeah, right there. Marshall did the exact right there, the way he stepped over Ashton. Perfect armbar defense from Marshall Kemp. All right, start of the third round, guys. Ooh, Marshall's starting to feint those kicks a little bit. He's trying to set up, switching stances. Looks like we had a finger poke there. I was not able to catch it. I know Marshall landed a kick on the way in. Ashton said he's good, ready to go right back at it. We got warriors in here. Beautiful feints from Ashton right there with the end, pushing him against the cage. Shot from Marshall, but Ashton was right on top of it. Right now, Marshall's got the grip for the double leg, but Ashton does a good job of defending it. Got one underhook right now. Let's see if Ashton can use that to spin Marshall off the cage, or to spin his back off the cage, excuse me. Marshall seems content right now with just pushing Ashton against the cage. Both these guys are high level, getting a much needed rest off the cage right now. Oh, beautiful hip toss from Ashton Kirby right into mount. Oh, and he's going for the arm. Did you see the arm bar transition? Let's see if he can finish it. Oh, he's gonna set it into a triangle to the arm. Oh, and Marshall gets out of it. Wow, how did he get out of that arm bar? It was deep. I thought he had it for sure, but Marshall said, no, sir. Extremely high-level scrambles from these guys. I mean, a beautiful hip toss from off the cage from Ashton Kirby right into mount, right into the arm bar, but once again, Marshall was able to get out of a deep arm bar that time. Now we got Marshall on top. We got butterfly guard from Ashton. Looks like he was going for a Kimura there. Marshall able to have side control for just a second, but now back to half guard. Looks like Ashton trying to set up a sweep. Marshall's doing a good job of keeping position right here. Looks like we got Ashton going for a Kimura. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. Marshall Kemp is doing everything right to keep out of these submissions. Neck crank right there. And Ashton's able to get the back, lock in the body lock right now and going right for the choke. 10 seconds left in the third round. And once again, Ashton is able to end the round in a dominant position. All 3 rounds, Ashton has ended the round in a dominant position. We know that looks good in these judges' eyes. But Marshall just keeps, you think he's going to, you think Ashton's got an arm bar? No. You think he's got a triangle? No. You think he's got a rear naked choke? No, because Marshall is not giving up. There's no quitting this guy. True warriors. I mean, this arm bar right here was deep. Very deep. Look at that. Look at the extension on his elbow. No, sir, not going to tap. That's amazing. This right here should be the hip toss we're about to see from Ashton. Coming up. There it was. Look at that. Beautiful. Use that whizzer. Bryce Mitchell showed me that one time and threw me on my head at Barada, so I've tried to use it a few times myself. All right, championship rounds, guys. This is what obviously champions are made of, and this is why you got to train a little extra for these fights. Right, and now Ashton's been using his striking to get in, clinch up on Marshall. Ooh, nice low kick right there from Ashton. Good cross. Oh! Beautiful slam from Ashton Kirby. And he's going right for a submission. Imagine that. And right to the back. These kids' transitions are something else. Looks like he's got one hook in, about to slide the other hook in. Vicious ground and pound right now. Oh, transition into knee to belly. And Ashton's just doing a great job of being kind of one step ahead of Marshall in every one of these transitions. Oh, and he stepped over for a beautiful arm bar. But once again, Marshall's able to get out and reverse the position. Now he's got the back of Ashton Kirby. Oh, he's got the neck, but I don't think he's going to be able to finish it from here. It's going to be a tough sell, tough finish. Is Ashton going to be able to get, oh, Marshall to full mount. Not a good position right here for Ashton. Marshall wisely, quickly just realized he's got the position and just keep that instead of going right for a submission. Ashton trying to buck those hips. Marshall staying super heavy on top. Got the grapevine in. Right now, Ashton's got him locked up. Marshall staying heavy on top right now, heavy on his hips, and just content right now with keeping Ashton on his back. But Ashton's a strong kid, is able to get back to half guard momentarily. I'd like to see Marshall at this point try to separate and do some damage, but he's doing a great job of controlling Ashton, which is not easy. And it looks like he was going to go for the arm for a second. Under a minute in this fourth round. Definitely the best round right now for Marshall Kemp. This last 30 seconds, let's see if Marshall can separate and lay down some damage that will look good in these judges' eyes. But I believe just holding Ashton down is a tough gig in itself. Here we go, he's separated now, but Ashton's able to tie him back up and really take no damage. There we go, Marshall ends his fourth round with some nice damage from the top. Beautiful fight right now so far from these guys. It's the first time Marshall's being able to end a round with him in the dominant position. The first 3 rounds, Ashton was the one ended up in the dominant position. Marshall was able to pretty much control that whole round. Ashton went for that arm bar and didn't get it and did give up position, which sometimes that's the thing in MMA. You know, you can go for those submissions and that's all good, but you also give up position sometimes. Right now, the 5th round, guys, both these guys are tired. We know both these guys have taken some punches. We've had a lot of exchanges, a lot of scrambles that we know take a lot of endurance out of these guys. Breathing heavy, but we know they've trained hard for this exact moment right here. I would say if I was the judges, I feel like Marshall does need to get a finish. But I mean, both guys have had so many moments. Who knows how these judges have seen this fight. If I was Marshall Kemp's corner, I would tell him to go out and look for a finish. Easier said than done, though. Nice check hook right there. Ashton's been able to show a lot more of a striking. Marshall switching stance, lovely leg kick right there from Ashton, right to a teep. Ashton's throwing a lot more kicks than I've seen him throw. Oh, slip right there. Right now, Ashton, he's able to throw a lot of kicks because when you know you got a ground game like he does, as with Marshall, you don't have to be as worried about getting put on your back. Oh, Ashton's able to land nice strikes, pushing to Marshall against the cage. Oh, he's got to get off the cage. Beautiful shot, though. Able to grab a leg. Beautiful awareness right now from Marshall Kemp. He knew he was taking damage. He immediately went for that leg. But Ashton's doing a good job right now, staying heavy, fighting the head. It looks like he's be able to take the back, but Marshall's back to his feet. Right now, Ashton staying heavy on Marshall, laying nice strikes. Nice knee from Ashton, too. Marshall went to his back. I don't know if he slipped. Oh, vicious ground and pound right now from Ashton Kirby. And Rocky is dangerously close to stopping this. Once again, we got Ashton in mount, laying down vicious punches. Marshall really needs to get out of this position, obviously, right now. And Ashton's gonna go, is he going for the arm? Ashton's got both hooks right now, on his back again. We got a minute left. Marshall needs to do whatever he can do right now to get Ashton off his back. That body lock, it's tough. It's really hard for these guys to turn in. Ashton's just content right now with holding position. A little bit of ground and pound, staying busy. Both these guys have fought their heart out. Oh, he's got the choke. It's on the chin right now, but that's still a tough squeeze we know Ashton's got. That does not feel good if you're Marshall Kemp right now. But I tell you, I am so impressed with the grit and determination of Marshall Kemp. There's no quit in that guy. No quit at all. Right now, we got body lock still from vicious, nice ground and pound right now to end this round by Ashton Kirby. And once again, Ashton ends the round in dominating performances. Dominating performance right there in that round for Ashton. But Marshall Kemp did wonderful. I mean, the transitions we had in that fight were amazing. The level these guys showed, both of these guys are just high level amateurs, and they have nothing, no reason to ever hold their head down. Love the respect these guys are showing. They're both dead tired. They both just fought 5 hard rounds. Ashton was able to keep the back. A lot of the fight was going for arm bars, but there was no quit in Marshall Kemp. Ashton had him in a couple deep arm bars, and Marshall Kemp did the exact right thing to get out of it. I do feel like Ashton was able to do enough to get the decision, but once again, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the judges think. Right now, that was fight of the night so far in my books, guys. By far, fight of the night. These guys laid it on the line. And I'm super impressed with both of these gentlemen. I mean, these guys are what we got, 20-year-old Marshall Kemp versus 17-year-old Ashton Kirby. And it's just, it makes a 39-year-old guy like me worried if I ever did decide to fight one more time when you got kids that are coming out like this.
Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think?
Fight of the night performance. Ashton taking a look at his hair in the
ladies and gentlemen,
the screen there.
After 5 championship rounds, we go to the scorecard for decision. All 3 judges score the bout for your winner by unanimous decision and new Pyramid Lightweight Champion, Ashton the Phoenix!
What a fight, guys.
Kirby!
What a fight. That was amazing. Both guys, I mean,